Good afternoon, or almost afternoon, from Revolutionary Resume. This is Michelle with Revolutionary Resume with your Fast Fact Friday. Sorry, there was a little hiccup in the video there. Last week we talked about cover letters, references, thank yous to your interviewers. Those are all great. But what you have to start with, what your marketing document is your resume. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in a moment. But first, some workforce news. So the state of Ohio had a mandate to return to office. Do you happen to know what your state is doing? Everybody's different. The city CEO came out and said she is keeping hybrid. So she is not about the return to office. The unemployment filing for the victims of Helene in North Carolina has been extended. Unemployment numbers, it was up for the January numbers we're in, it was up 11,000 more to 219,000 people currently looking for work. Some layoffs this week. Workday is laying off 8.5% of their workforce. And for those of you that are heavily applying, you're used to seeing Workday, and it's often, unfortunately, been the butt of jokes among applicants and recruiters because it's such an obstructionist kind of system. But those folks do good work over there, and I'm really sad to see 8.5% is a lot of your workforce. And Salesforce, who is a giant among personnel data, is laying off 1.5% of their workforce. So those are some of the big hits from this week in workforce news. So let me tell you about resumes. One of the things that I see often is it's way too complicated. There's templates, there's colors, there's 5,000 different categories of stuff, and it's just not easy to understand. One of the things, the old sayings I was reminded of this week is KISS. It's from back in the day. It was keep it simple, stupid. What you want to do is make sure it's clear, easy to read, and that 3 to 6 seconds that a live human being will see your resume, you want to make sure that you capture their attention. I have a resume template available if you don't want me to write it for a very reasonable price. But essentially, you're going to make sure that if you're submitting it online just to an app, that your professional experience is first. Then your professional skills, then education. If you are sending it to a live human being directly, like to their email, you can go ahead and put your professional skills up top. Make sure when you're writing your blurbs underneath your professional experience that you explain exactly what you did. So if I don't know what your occupation is or don't understand it, I can read that and I can understand exactly what you did. And as a recruiter, I can scan a resume in 3 to 6 seconds and tell you at least if my person meets the basic qualifications to move forward to a phone screen. So make sure you're speaking to that. You're quantifying and qualifying everything you can, right? Onboarded 100 people a day, onboarded 1,000 people a quarter, saved production 50% on waste. Give them hard facts. Increase sales by 100%. All those things are what you want to do. Let me know in the comments if you have additional questions about something directly with your resume or the job hunt, because I'm always here to help. And I will be back next week at 11:45 a.m. on Eastern on Friday. And I look forward to talking to you more. Peace out.